Alright, a sublime hat-trick from Real Madrid captain talking about Karim Benzema, condemned European and world champions, talking about the Blues at Chelsea to a 3-1 defeat at Stamford Bridge as Carlo Ancelotti's side will look to wrap up the job at the Estadio Santiago Bernabeu. For Thomas Tuchel's side is all to play for Champions League. Well, it is on that note I welcome you to the Thursday edition of the Breakfast at Sports on Radio. Museum Sports on Impact Business Radio 92.5 FM. This is the first and only business radio station in Nigeria. Of course, you know, this is your station of choice. Welcome to the Sport Factory, where we convert sporting raw materials into finished article for your own utility in order to satisfy your sporting want, need, or desire. My name is Isaiah Akinremi. Your sport prophet is back again behind the MIC. Let's get the show on the road, and we start with news coming from review of the Nigerian Professional Football League, because yesterday it was action attraction across our different venues in the federation. We're starting with the Abia Derby, because Abia Warriors are recorded a 2-1 win against the People's Elephant Himba in their Oriental Derby clash yesterday. Yakuba Meda gave Abia Warriors the lead on the half-hour mark, while Odo Valentine doubled the advantage 8 minutes later. Pascal Heze reduced the deficit late in the first half in Enugu State. Chukwuebuka Okorie scored the solitary goal in the 58th minute as Rangers of International of Enugu beat Katsina United 1-0. Remo Stars in the Southwest Derby also defeated the Church Boys, the Olukoya Boys, MFM 1-0 in the Southwest Derby. In Ekene, Sikiru Halimi netted the winning goal on 3 minutes, but it was not a good one yesterday for Shooting Stars. The Oluyole Warriors at the Lekon Salami Stadium Ibadan 3SC were held to a goalless draw by the Savannah Scorpions. Talking about Gombe United, while the Sai Masugi Datim Kano Pillars and champions Akwa United at the Promise Keepers also shared the spoils in their match day 21 encounter. Takada is their relegation worries courtesy of a 2-0 win against Kwara United. The Afoja Warriors, Emmanuel Anyosi scored a cutting razor in the 34th minute, while Etido Dana added the second goal on the dot of 90 minutes. Let's run you through the full result of games match day 21 of the Nigerian Professional Football League, the NPFL. Kano Pillars played out a goalless draw with Akwa United. Abia Warriors defeated the Himba by 2-1 in the Abia Derby. Dakada Fuyo defeated Kwara United by 2-0. Rangers International of Enugu defeated Katsina United by 2-0. 3 yesterday shared the spoils with Gombe United. Goalless it ended in that encounter. Remo Stars defeated MFM by 2-0 in the Southwest Derby, while the Solid Miners, talking about Nasarawa United, also defeated Atlanta of Owerri by 2-0. They've got 3 games to watch out for today. Talking about wrap-up of match day 21 of the Nigerian Professional Football League, and it involves teams who are title chasing this season. Talking about Rivers United and Plateau United. Well, Nigerian Professional Football League leaders, Rivers United, the pride of Rivers, and second place Plateau United, the Jaws are based side. We both be hoping to return to winning ways and extend their lead on the log when they welcome Lobby Stars and Niger Tornadoes to the Adokie Mesimaka Stadium and the New Jaws Stadium for match day 21 fixture of the Nigerian Professional Football League, the NPFL. Alright, Rivers United were forced to a 1-0 draw by spirited Akwa United in Uyo last Saturday, while Plateau United suffered their first loss in 12 games, losing 1-0 to Sunshine Stars in Ijebu, leaving them 2 points behind the quarter-based side. Okay, with the draw against Akwa United, Stanley Eguma side have gone unbeaten in their last 10 league games, and we fancy a winner against struggling Lobby Stars, who are currently 16th and having recorded just 1 win in their last 6 games outings. On paper, where Rivers United are favourite to clinch the league title, but Eguma says he's taking the game one at a time, according to Jordan Sparks, one at a time, talking about Rivers United and their coach Stanley Eguma. Okay, moving ahead, Stadium Sport on Impact Business Radio 92.5 FM. Let's bring you news concerning the Super Falcons of Nigeria, and let me inform you this morning that Nigeria's senior women's team, the Super Falcons, will clash with reigning Olympic champions Canada in 2 friendly matches that will hold over 3 days in the cities of Vancouver and Victoria City. Well, both matches take place Friday 8th April and Monday 11th April. 2 players, defenders Onome Hebi and Glorio Bona, were among the contingent that flew out of Nigeria yesterday and connect players to fly direct to Vancouver from their bases in Europe and the American continent. Canada's women national team are the reigning champions of Olympic women's football, having gold medal at the Olympic women's football tournament in Tokyo in August 2021 after beating Sweden on penalties for a 1-0 draw after regulation and extra time. Still moving ahead, don't forget yesterday on Total Sport on Impact Business Radio 92.5 FM talking about Nwakali, where second division side SD Huescala have threatened legal action against a Nigerian midfielder, talking about Kelechi Nwakali after the player claimed he was unjustly treated during the premature termination of his contract by the Spanish side. But the Spanish Soccer Players Association have vowed to challenge the Nigerians' dismissal, saying it violated the players' labor right to spark a 3-way fight between player, club and the union. But this morning, Nwakali have alleged his contract was terminated by Huesca because it defied the club to represent Nigeria at the 2021 African Cup of Nations in Cameroon. The former Arsenal midfielder stated this in an emotional letter posted yesterday on Twitter. Well, we've not seen the last of this story between SD Huesca and trust us here on our sports shows. We keep tabs of this developing story. Okay, according to reporter this morning, Watford defender William Troost-Ekong is set for a move to MLS side LA Galaxy. Alright, the 28-year-old is expected to join the American club on loan in the summer transfer window. Troost-Ekong helped the Hornets gain a goal at the beginning of this campaign, starting 18 of Watford's first 21 Premier League matches. But since returning from the African Cup of Nations in January, where he picked up a niggling injury, Troost-Ekong has not featured for Watford. Okay, moving ahead on the show, AM Sport on Impact Business Radio 92.5 FM, show of support for goalkeepers. Talking about the goalkeepers in the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Super Eagles striker Odion Judy Gallo has appealed to all Nigerians to be patient with the duo of Francis Uzoho and Maduka Okoye in the senior national team. He made this known on the backdrop of Uzoho's goalkeeping blunders that cost Nigeria qualification for the 2022 World Cup later this year in Qatar. We can recall that Uzoho was Nigeria's first choice during the 2018 FIFA World Cup in Russia, while Okoye was the number 1 goalkeeper at the 2021 African Cup of Nations in Cameroon. But both keepers seen recent individual errors stop the Super Eagles' progress at 2 major competitions. Okoye fumbled the long-range shot from Tunisia player Yusuf Maskniel, the holy goal that knocked Nigeria out of the 2021 AFCON, while Uzoho, on the other hand, allowed a speculative Thomas Partey shot to go under him last month as the Black Stars of Ghana beat the Super Eagles of Nigeria in the World Cup playoff to qualify to Qatar. And this morning, Odion Judy Gallo is saying, please be patient with these guys. I don't know if Nigerians are patient with the goalkeeping department of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. But what I know is that Chelsea were beaten yesterday by masterclass from the French international Karim Benzema. And that takes us to the UEFA Champions League segment. We'll be right back. Alright, magical night yesterday in the games of the UEFA Champions League. And of course, this anthem is so unique. Some says it's Il the Soul. Talking about the anthem, the classical anthem of the UEFA Champions League. Let's move straight to the Stamford Bridge, where Chelsea hold on the Champions League hangs precariously after Karim Benzema's hat-trick put Real Madrid in a position of power following the quarter-final first leg at Stamford Bridge. Real coach Carlo Ancelotti made a winning return to the club where he won the Premier League and the FA Cup double after veteran French striker Benzema delivered his latest masterclass. Benzema, and fresh out from the treble that sunk Paris Saint-Germain in the last 16, punished holders Chelsea with two magnificent headers in the space of 3 minutes midway through the first half. But Kai Havertz header gave Chelsea hope before the break, but keeper Edward Menza, poor clearance seconds after the restart, gifted Benzema his third to put Real in command of the tie before the second leg at the Estadio Santiago Bernabeu. But former Chelsea boss, talking about Ed Newton, yesterday spoke ahead of that clash and had this advice for Chelsea players, saying Karim Benzema is a masterclass player, and he called on them to keep tab on Karim Benzema. Seems the Chelsea players never listened to Ed Newton. Let's just flash back to what Ed Newton said yesterday about Karim Benzema, and it turned out that way because Karim, punished Chelsea yesterday.
They just got to be careful of his movement. What people don't realise, he's a great goal scorer, but the thing about Benzema, his movement is exceptional. His movement off the ball, and that's what the back 3, 5, or however you want to call it, they need to be constantly monitoring the ball and his movement at the same time, because if you take your eyes off him, before you know it, he's moved into a different position. The ball's there and the ball's in the back of the net. He's an outstanding striker. He's very dangerous, and in the form that Real Madrid are in at the moment, we have to be really careful of how the Chelsea deal with him.
Outstanding player, exceptional player, the words of Ed Newton, and Chelsea never dealt with Karim Benzema. We wait for the second leg at the Estadio Santiago Bernabeu of the prestigious UEFA Champions League from the Stamford Bridge. Let's move straight to the Estadio de la Ceramica, where ex-Bournemouth striker Arnaut Danjuma scored as Villarreal, the Yellow Submarine, stunned Bayern Munich, the Bavarian, in the first leg of the Champions League quarter-final tie. The home side were superb from the outset and led inside 10 minutes when Danjuma started in from close range. Francis Coquelin, the former Arsenal man, had the goal ruled out while Gerard Moreno hit the post as Villarreal pushed for a second. German champions Bayern Munich were well below par and did not manage a shot on target until the second half. Robert Lewandowski, who has scored 51 goals for club and country this season, was kept quiet by well-organized Villarreal defense as the host followed up their impressive win against Juventus in the previous round with another big result. But as poor as Bayern were, they will feel they can turn things around against the Spanish side in the return leg on Tuesday, 12th April. So the result of the two games yesterday, Chelsea were beaten by a goal to 3, while Villarreal, the Yellow Submarine, stunned the German champions Bayern Munich by a goal to 0. Okay, game was played yesterday in the English Premier League on 110th record for Frank Lampard before yesterday's away game. Don't forget, Frank Lampard became the first Everton manager in the history of the English Premier League to lose all 5 away games, and counting that game at Turf Moor when they were well beaten by 2 goals to 3 to Burnley on 110th record. Everton faced a relegation scare, and Maxwell Cornet scored a late winner to end Burnley, a vital win over fellow strugglers Everton in their bid to remain in the Premier League. The Ivorian capitalized upon 2 poor errors by Jordan Pickford and Ben Godfrey in the 85th minute to hand Sean Dyche's side only their 4th league winner of the season. It lifted them to within 1 point of safety behind Frank Lampard's 4th bottom side. Not a good one for the Toffees right now. But let's move straight to games of the Europa League and the Europa Conference League. Talking about the second tier and third tier league. Let me run you through the fixtures of those games. by 5:45 p.m. in the Europa League. It's RB Leipzig up against Atalanta at 8 p.m. These three games will be going down. Eintracht Frankfurt will be the host of Barcelona. FC Braga will welcome Rangers out to Portugal, while West Ham United will stay in London and welcome Olympique Lyonnais. Moving straight to the Europa Conference League, Feyenoord will welcome Slavia Prague. It's a clash of two Nigerians, talking about Siri Desas of Feyenoord and Peter Olanyinka of Slavia Prague. At 8 p.m, these three will stay at home at the King Power Stadium and welcome Eredivisie side PSV Eindhoven. And of course, at the Stade de Velodrome, Marseille will welcome PAOK. And ahead of that game, Everton, talking about West Ham United manager David Moyes, spoke about the form and the run of his team, the Hammers. Moyes on the show ahead of that game this evening.
We can only look at ourselves and try and win whatever game comes up next. We've got a really big game now against Lyon, so we're focusing on that, and hopefully we can keep the run going, because obviously we're really enjoying being in the competition. Last year when we qualified.
So let's inform you from the Championship that Fulham, the Cottagers, inch ever closer to the Premier League promotion with the hard-fought winner over Middlesbrough at home and put Fulham on the cusp of a return to the top flight. And don't forget, we are counting down to Super Sunday in the English Premier League. Is the Battle Royale between Liverpool and the Reds, and of course at the Citizens, Manchester City. That game is built for this Sunday at the Etihad. And ahead of that game, Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp said beating Manchester City on Sunday would not mean the Premier League title is theirs, and that the club must focus on winning all of their remaining games to ensure success. Ahead of that game, Jurgen Klopp, let's listen to him on the show this morning.
If you win against City, obviously it's already difficult enough. I think nobody would think, okay, that's it, decided, because quality of the opponent. If we play now against the best team in the world, that's how it is. But we will give it a try anyway, and that's it pretty much. But what we did in the last few months, 6, 7, 8 months since the season started, we created a better basis you can't create. That's it. We are in this, in the quarterfinal, we're in the semi-final, and the further you go in competitions, the harder it gets. That's unfortunately the truth. You barely reach a final and play there against a team and win 8-0. That doesn't happen. It will be really tough. And yes, everybody knows about the importance of the next game. But after this game, there will be other games in other competitions, but in the Premier League as well. So if you cannot be first, you want to be second. If you are behind, you want to come closer. That's all. I know it's, and if you are close, you want to overtake. That's the situation. And I said we will give it a proper try.
Alright, big game with us on Sunday. The top of the table clash, first against second in the battle of the English Premier League. Quick news before I see my BYEs on the show this morning. Manchester United fans, please listen to this, because United, the Red Devils, have edged closer to naming Ajax boss Erik ten Hag as their new manager. Old Trafford officials continue to insist the process of appointing Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's permanent successor is not complete, and that it is premature to say a deal has been done. Moving ahead, before we go on the show this morning, the Argentina shirt won by Diego Armando Maradona when he scored his infamous hand of God goal against England at the 1986 World Cup is to be auctioned. The iconic blue away shirt, currently owned by former England midfielder Steve Hodge, is expected to fetch more than £4 million. Okay, moving straight to the art court of the National Basketball Association, the NBA. Let's bring you results of games played in the early hours of this morning. Dallas Mavericks defeated Detroit Pistons 131 points to 113. In other games, Brooklyn Nets were better than New York Knicks 110 points to 98. Well, Atlanta Hawks were victorious over Washington Wizards 118 points to 103. Boston Celtics under Ime Udoka, the Nigerian, defeated Chicago Bulls 117 points to 94. Utah Jazz also won against Oklahoma City Thunder 137 points to 101. And the last game saw LA Clippers clipped the wings of the Phoenix Suns 113 points to 109. The last salvo from me this morning. Don't forget, we also broke the news to you last week. Another retirement this morning because former world number 5 Joe Wilfred Songal has announced he will retire from tennis after this year's French Open. Talking about the Roland Garros, the 36-year-old has won 18 ATP singles titles and reached the 2008 Australian Open final, losing to Novak Djokovic. Well, it's a wrap on the Thursday edition, the throwback Thursday edition of the Breakfast Sports Show, AM Sports on Impact Business Radio 92.5 FM. Many thanks for being with me for the past 20 minutes. And of course, we'll be back this afternoon by 3:05 p.m. for Daily Sports Tonic on radio, talking about Total Sports on Impact Business Radio 92.5 FM. Please join us at Fitz Afolabi and his crew for Jawan Better, the Yoruba edition of the show. Talking about Jawan Better by 10:05 a.m. Big thanks to you all, and of course to my studio manager, Kola Lawala. Not forgetting Olushola Jao, who was on the other side of the divider, helping us with the Facebook segment. My name is Isaiah Akinremi. Good morning.